When I tell y'all, they be digging for any reason to make you not get in your way. So I was on housing with Akron Metropolitan about, let me see, 20, 20, 2021.
Housing Authority.
I was on housing with Metropolitan, Akron Metropolitan. I got waived. My court, I had got an attorney and everything because they tried to make me, basically, I was just talking about this with my mom too. They tried to make me pay extra. They tried to make me pay extra. Because I had a job. So I was gonna I waited 2 weeks until my foot was officially in the door before I turned in my information about the job that I received. I was on disability, mind you. I was on disability at the time, so I was receiving. Let me see. I don't even remember what I was receiving. 550 plus. So I was receiving about seven ish every month, 700 ish every month. They were taking. They was taking their portion of that disability. They was getting their rent out of the disability, but on top of that, I was paying electric and everything else. Okay, so they made a scene about me having a job, and I only had a part-time job. Mind you, this was a part-time job that I can have when I'm on disability. On top of the rent they were asking for my disability, they wanted to charge more because I had income as well. Like my disability, that amount wasn't enough. I was paying for my car rental at that time as well. I was paying bills. Y'all was already getting my disability for rent. And now y'all talking about I have to I'm getting evicted because I refuse to pay $550 in rent on Akron Metropolitan. $550 for my 2-bedroom in rent for Akron Metropolitan because I had a part-time job. And I was giving so I was giving them $350 out of my disability. And I was only receiving like I said, 7-ish at that time. Well, that was my amount. I was only receiving 7-ish, 700-ish, around that range. Monthly. This is monthly. And y'all taking $350 from me, and then y'all get mad because I get a part-time job, and y'all gonna raise my rent to $550. I'm like, y'all got me messed up. I am not about to pay $550 to stay on metropolitan welfare housing. I am not. Y'all know. And they tried to convince me that you have to pay this. I'm like, no, I'm not. Y'all can convince me that I have to pay $530 in rent. Y'all raised my rent to they raised my rent to, I don't know, it was $530 or $550. I think I'm gonna go in these now. I'm about to go in these papers that I got. They raised my rent on disability because they was mad that I had a job part time, knowing that I still got my electric, I still got my car note, and that's the reason why I had to get a part time job because of my car note. And they evicted me. So I went and I got me an attorney, and I told the attorney what was going on, and basically they made an agreement with Akron Metropolitan Housing that they would waive this. They were supposed to waive this because I went to court and everything. They were supposed to waive They said if you were out within 3 days, they would waive everything. They didn't do it. I had to wait 3 years to get back on housing. So now that I get back on housing, why is they telling Warren Metropolitan Housing that I owe $1,000 and $1,091 in damages in that house? When for one, they wouldn't listen to me. Because when I first got there, it's about the writing on the wall. There's probably 2 holes in the wall, and then there's writing on that wall. I think my son's dad got pictures that I'm gonna ask him so I can post this, and I'm gonna show y'all what that house was looking like, because they made it seem like I left that house horrible, and we cleaned thoroughly. We put all the trash in the basement in bags. That we didn't get, but we took out most of them bags, but we left a little bit of those bags. It was probably like three or four bags, but it was trash bags. They talking about writing on the wall in my daughter's room. 2 holes in the wall, but then y'all took my washer and dryer. My washer and dryer was over $1,000 I paid, and y'all would not give that back. So if anything, y'all better use that washer and dryer for y'all fees that y'all say I owe y'all for a writing on the wall in my daughter's room and 2 holes in the wall downstairs. They took my washer and dryer. They took my grill. My grill in the backyard. I had a grill in the backyard. They took that. They would not allow me to get my stuff back. But y'all want to sit up here and say, because I had writing on the wall and 2 holes in the walls, that's $1,091. Y'all got me fucked up. So now, 5 years later, 6 years later, they holding this against me at Warren Metropolitan Housing. And boom, I'm not eligible because I owe this is why I'm ineligible. They waived it, obviously, but now they're holding me back. They're holding this against me about $1,091 damages, causes of damages of writing on a wall that does not come off in my daughter's room and 2 holes in the wall, tiny holes in the wall. But y'all took my washer and dryer that was over $1,000, and y'all took my grill that my mom gave me. Y'all took my grill and y'all will not get my stuff back. But y'all think this what I'm saying. They get over to a point where they ain't gonna mention all that. That's little stuff to the government. That's itty bitty stuff. But then you want to put a price tag and leave me, you want to hold me accountable to this price tag, but I can't hold you accountable to stealing my washer and dryer and my grill. So what do y'all think? Should I fight this? Should I go down to the court? Because I feel like I do got the mindset to do it. It's just, actually, I just feel like I can. I can do it. I feel like I am. I think I am about to do it because they still holding all of this against me. The fact that in Akron they the ones that took my disability in the first place. So tell me they're not trying to keep me in one place. Tell me they're not trying to stop me from everything in my life. So yeah, I think I'm gonna fight it. I'm gonna go down to the courts. Well, actually, that's the thing. The only reason I say I cannot fight this stuff, just like I wanted to fight for my daughter, I don't have transportation anymore to be going down to Akron to fight something that happened over 6 years ago. And like I said, y'all took my shit, and then y'all don't want to, y'all not paying me back. That fucking the writing on the wall and the 2 holes do not match the amount of money I spent for 2 fucking years paying off that washer and dryer that y'all did not give to me. Y'all took my shit. Y'all locked the door when I went to the office to get my key. Y'all said I couldn't get it. They took my shit. This don't even amount to how much my washer and dryer costs and my motherfucking grill that y'all stole. Y'all stole. Y'all won't get my shit back. So I say fuck it. I did all I had to do. I got my ID. And if Warren Metropolitan Housing want to hold this against me, or they want to listen to them bastards and hold me accountable for $1,000 motherfucking dollars, and they don't know the story and they talking about I'm ineligible because I have to pay this shit. Fuck y'all. I'm done. Metropolitan Housing Authority. Debt owed Housing Authority, $1,091. They signed me up for payroll and everything. Everything. She came to my house and everything. And then she talking about we don't have transportation. You can't work. What? After I told you I would provide my own transportation, and then y'all the ones who advised me take y'all transportation system. And then y'all was like, oh, well, there's nothing on the bus route. So, and our driver is sick. So you can't start. Like, come back and try again when you can get transportation. But I let y'all know that when I first was there, and y'all the one advised me to use y'all transportation. Like y'all had it, but y'all never had it. So I applied for payroll and everything, and I'm just sitting there like, when do I start? Oh, our transportation system is down. What? Like what? I sat up there and y'all wasted my time again. That's what they're good for. They're good for wasting your time. Wasting your time, wasting your energy, and then in the end, they reaping the benefits. While you're sitting here confused, like, what the fuck just happened? Never got to see the money for working any job because, like I said, they stole my income taxes. And that's when I started working. I actually started working without even filing income taxes anymore because I knew that they was going to take them. So, yeah. I got all of these papers over here of what they did to me and what they took from me. And I got so many receipts. It is what it is because I'm tired of fighting with the system because you're not going to ever, you're never going to have your way with the system. It's their money from the jump. I get here and y'all took all my money. And I did not see a penny of my income taxes. I did not see a penny of those student loans. Y'all took everything from me. All my money. And I got proof right here that I had income taxes coming. My income taxes was coming. And then y'all sending a letter in the mail talking about, I gotta pay this. Basically, I'm not getting my money that I just filed for. Just filed for. Walked out that door, had confirmation from them. Yeah, you're getting your money. It'll be sitting in the mail. I never fucking seen that money. I never seen that money. And I never trusted them again. But now they keep hitting me with shit like this. After I put in all my work. I put in all the work. Y'all don't know. Like, I wish I was on here when all that shit was going on. Because that would have put they shit on blast for how they did me and what they took from me. That's why me going through this and seeing this fucking petty ass letter, it ain't no surprise. Because they digging up them skeletons, though. They digging up skeletons that's done and over with. It's done and over with. If that was the case, I wouldn't be able to apply for any metropolitan housing. They told me after 3 years I can apply. Basically, all of that is gone. So how the fuck is you telling me that I can't get my apartment that I waited a year for because Akron Metropolitan is saying I owe $1,000 in damaging fees from 2015, when I graduated, 2013, I moved to my apartment, 2015, 16, 17. Can't get my apartment because in 2017, 18, 19, 20, that's when I reapplied for the apartments. That's the only way I'm on the metropolitan housing list because I'm eligible. Because that don't matter anymore. They said after 3 years, that shit don't matter from what happened. I would be able to apply again. Those damages don't fucking matter. It happened so many years ago. And that's why they had you wait 3 years in the fucking first place. But y'all want to talk about $1,000, $1,091, whatever I said, is holding me back? Are you fucking stupid? And I'm going to say that every fucking time I go into a business and warn, and they say some dumbass shit like that. Are y'all fucking dumb? Because I ain't wait all year for no reason. And I wouldn't be on the eligibility list if that was the fucking case. They tell you that shit before they even offer you an apartment. If that was the case, I would not have been on the listing. Trust and believe. But that's not the case. They nitpicking from back then, picking old skeletons from when I was like 19, 20, 21, 22 years old. So that they can have their way. So trust me when I say do not ever step your foot in this city. Because they nitpick. And they're going to keep breaking you down about shit that doesn't even matter. And they're going to keep holding you down and getting their way because it's personal. It's not professional. It's not professional. It's personal. So I'm cool. Because like I said, this ain't the first time I done lost a battle that I really actually won. It's not the first time, they took something from me that I worked hard for. It's not the first time they stole from me. It's not the first time they wasted my goddamn time and reaped the benefits of my doing. They're fucking thieves. So when I first got here, I filed my income taxes. I was working I filed my income taxes because I was getting the stimulus check and stuff like that. It was the beginning of the year. So I came and I filed my taxes from Akron. So my Akron, that's what they were supposed to give me for my refund. I hadn't started working here yet, but I needed a place to file my taxes. So when I got here, I filed my taxes, and this paper is showing the amount they were supposed to give me. When I tell y'all, they did not give me none of my money. They did not give me any of my money. And instead, they gonna tell me I owe the state $30 and $34 from my me doing my tax. So the city of Warren took all of my income taxes. That's what they did. They took all of my income taxes that I was supposed to get that year. That's one thing that they did that kind of just messed messed with me the most. So yeah, I'm gonna keep going. This is why I say do not move here because they are going to steal everything. They stole $1,087 worth of income taxes from me. Actually, no, it says 2,574 is my federal refund. That's what they took from me. They took my whole refund and said I owe the IRS 14,000 something dollars, and they took my income taxes. Like, yeah. Mind you, I have been getting my income taxes every single year. Soon as I moved here, they stole my shit. And it says it right here. I walked out of that door with them saying you will receive your income taxes this way and within this certain time. Why the fuck I'm getting a letter in the mail saying I'm not receiving nothing after I filed them? If you wasn't receiving anything, they would tell you right then and there when you file them. I filed them, and Warren stole my money. They're digging up old skeletons from my hometown. Stuff, cases that's closed from the license bureau that are already handled. They're basically telling me that I have to pay what I paid Akron to Warren. And that's when I got like I was like, this is fishy. Why is y'all telling me that I have to go to Akron and pay something that I already paid? And then y'all saying I have to do the same thing here that I did there. This is when they was taking advantage of me. So I am currently trying to figure out what is going on here. I didn't call Akron Metropolitan twice, and they sent me to their payment center without explaining to me why they declined my application. They're not trying to explain the situation. They're just sending me straight to the payment center, and I'm trying to get understanding, and they're not even trying to hear me or listen to me. So I called them, and I'm just asking them like I'm like, for one, I want them to confirm that outstanding balance on their behalf. Um, so according to my knowledge, 7 years ago when I was on their no 4 years, I would say 5 years ago when I was on their housing, because they said I can reapply within 3 years. So I'm trying to basically figure out, you know, what's these damages. Like, I know the damages. The damages, because I still remember two small holes in the wall and a writing on the wall in the child's room. How was that $1,000? Over $1,000 in damages. The writing on the wall, as I told them, but they don't want to listen, and they're still not listening. I'm not paying it because when I got there, it was a writing on the wall. The little girl's name was Liliana or something like that, and I asked the maintenance person, could they get it off, because I've been trying to scrub that off for the longest and it wasn't coming off. As for holes in the wall, y'all said I can hang up pictures and stuff like that, so why is that any damage? But that the previous person that was staying there, that is their child's name on the wall that I couldn't get off myself. How is that over $1,000 in damages? Because that's the only damages that I left there. I'm still trying to think, like, what other damages are there? And then, okay, so let me see. Yeah, I think it was a hole in the closet door. No, that was actually this door, and they came and fixed it. Yeah, so that's it. Because it was a hole in the door right here, and they fixed it. But if they was on top of their stuff like this housing stuff, I could go. When I went to the office, to explain my situation, they're not on top of their apartments like that. They don't have maintenance coming and replacing stuff like they do here. So it's just like what is you really getting at? Like I said, two holes in the wall and a child's name on the bedroom wall that I couldn't get off and I couldn't scrub off within the years that I was staying there. I was staying there for about, I would say, 4 years. I was staying there for 4 years, and I could not get that stuff off the wall. And it wasn't my child's doing in the first place. Like, if y'all was to look at that apartment, y'all would see if y'all know what apartments I'm talking about. I don't even remember what apartments they were, but they're in Akron. I'm trying Springdale. It's hard to even damage that apartment. You can't even really damage. You can't cause no damages to that apartment. So I'm trying to figure out what they're getting at. A writing on the wall and 2 holes is what I remember, and they're talking about that's over $1,000 in damages. So I looked in my previous, this video, I have another video that I'm going to be showing with all of with papers and stuff that I have in my files of everything that's been going on since the years that I've been staying here. And basically, I looked up the information and said that and I already knew this because I've been on metropolitan housing, so I know what it takes to get on the list. You have to be eligible. That's why you have to apply. So when you apply, after you apply, you have to be eligible to be placed on the list, because you can be declined for even getting on the list because you don't meet the requirements. So the fact that I got on the list because I met the requirements, that's why when you apply, that's why when they send you a letter saying, oh, you're ready to get this apartment, all you have to do is go, fill out the paperwork of the housing, and then you get right into that apartment because you're already eligible. So now they're talking about they declined me after waiting a whole year because I owe $1,090 something for damages that has not been, for a writing on the wall and 2 holes. Mind you, they took my washer and dryer. I paid, it was 2 years I paid on my rental, housing and dryer. My rental appliances of over $1,000. They would not let me back into my apartment to get my appliances. So y'all took that from me. And they took a grill in the backyard. They took my grill in the backyard. And y'all are asking me to pay for this, but y'all did not replace or give me my washer and dryer that y'all took from me over the amount that you're asking. And y'all think that's what I'm saying. People in the system, they think that they can just do whatever they want to, and then, oh, give me money, but you took from me first. Where's my money for my washer and dryer? Where's my washer and dryer? Did y'all even put that, down, that y'all took my washer and dryer? But these are personal problems that they don't even look at. If I go in there, and if I go there and I address that they took my washer and dryer, I never received my washer and dryer back from them. They wouldn't let me in the house from getting my washer and dryer, and that was over $1,000 that I paid for that. I rented that from Eagle Rental for so long, and they didn't allow me to get my stuff. But then y'all want to hit me with, oh, this writing on the wall and 2 holes in the wall that's not even worth what you took from me. That don't even amount to the balance that you took from me. But you expect me to pay. And you think I'm going to pay to get back into, housing. And that's what I'm saying. After 3 years, everything is expunged. After 3 years, you can look this up. I'm telling y'all. After 3 years, everything is expunged. The balances and everything. That's why they say you wait 3 years and then you apply again. Why would you wait 3 years, apply again, and you're still being asked for everything that was done previously? So what did I wait for? What did I wait 3 years for? Because if I knew this was the case, I wouldn't even got back on the list. I got back on the list because y'all said everything is expunged. Everything was waived on my behalf because I went and got an attorney for everything. I got an attorney because they tried to charge me more. They tried to charge me. And like I said, most of what I'm saying is on a video that I'm going to post eventually. And if I haven't already, and if you've seen it already, you know what I'm talking about. So yeah, that's just not what I'm not understanding how you can waste somebody's time keeping them on a wait list, and then you ask for a payment and then you basically have a grudge from another city. They're holding you accountable for $1,000, but they're not addressing the fact, or they're not taking accountability for their actions. I have to be the one to say, you took my washer and dryer and my grill, and now you're asking me to pay for 2-3 petty damages, and it's not even damage. A writing on the wall is not a damage, and that's not by my kids. So please tell me what you're getting at. I took care of that apartment. That's what I'm saying. I took care of that apartment. So I really don't understand what they're talking about. If you can pull up the information, that's what I called. I called for them to pull up the information of the damages just to see, if we're on the same page with the damages y'all talking about that I remember, from what I remember, those 2 tiny holes in walls and that writing that didn't come from my child. These are personal. It's personal because they're not going to sit here and discuss with you what they're talking about. They're not going to go back and look back into that information. But you want me to pay on something that obviously you don't even know nothing about. You had me wait 3 years saying that everything will be expunged from the little thing, from what doesn't even, from something so little. Everything was supposed to be expunged, and then 3 years later you apply again. I waited 3 years later for this, for them to harass me about something that they did as well. They took from me. And you think I'm going to pay you and not get my portion of what you took from me. But like I said, the fact that they took from me, that doesn't matter. If I bring up the washer, dryer, and the grill, that doesn't matter. But them fucking petty 2 holes in the wall and a writing on the wall that didn't come from my child matters. And that's worth $1,000 in damages. That's what I'm saying. I called them. I left a long message. Explain to me. Tell me of the damages, because from what I know, you're being petty. And like I said, I don't even, like, some battles are worth it, and some battles are meant for you to let go. Because the fact that they took this from me, and they're not going to address it, they're not going to be held accountable, they're not going to take responsibility of their actions. They're going to act like, oh, I don't know what you're talking about. It's not worth the fight. It's not worth the fight. It's not worth for me to go and try to get this apartment or do anything about it. Because if they don't listen to you, and they're not going to correct their wrongs, but they still want you to pay out of pocket when it's not fair. It's inequality. This situation is that, it's not a fair, and it's not equal. They're not being fair towards the situation. So I would say don't even fight with them, because they took from me, and they don't want to address that. So yeah, with that being said, that's all I'm going to say. Because like I said in my other video, I talk a lot about the subject anyway. But I called them, and they sent me straight. That's what pissed me off a little bit. Like, it aggravated me, because I'm calling you to, talk about the situation, and you sent me straight to payment. I'm not giving you a payment. Give me my payment. But they left that part out. But to my knowledge, you're not getting nothing from me, because I know what really happened. But my voice don't matter in a situation. What matters is that money. That money is talking. No, it's not going to happen. So, yeah, that's what happened. And it is what it is at this point. They want to keep being petty about stuff. And, and while I'm talking to you, sitting here smacking in my ear, you're not taking nothing seriously. And that's why I'm saying this world is messed up. The systems is messed up. Like, they don't take you seriously. I'm calling you for a serious matter. You smacking in my ear and sending me to financial services. Like, I came to talk. I called to talk to you. What are you a representative for if you're not talking? As soon as I have a question that needs addressed, and you send me to freaking payment services. So, yeah, I'm done, because I was going to go up to Warren Metropolitan Housing, but you can't correct something on their behalf, or you can't even talk about nothing if you don't get to the source of where it came from. So the fact that this came from them, and they basically contradicting themselves, because I waited 3 years for this, and you wasted my time. I'm not even about to go up there and have them pick my mind and pick my brain when I already know what I'm going to say. I already know what I came here for, but that's what they do. They pick at you and stuff like that, so you can seem confused, and so you can walk off and make their life better. I'm cool. I guess the next thing I can do is try for Section 8. When I tell y'all, I have put my name on that list since I was on Akron Metropolitan Housing. After 4 years after I left Akron Metropolitan Housing, I applied to Section 8, I would say 3 times. And not one of them times have I called and heard my name on that list. So now I'm about to just go ahead and try with Section 8. But the fact that, I guess I'm going to try with Section 8. I don't know if they're going to revert back to fucking Akron Metropolitan Housing about that little petty, them being petty. Or Akron Metropolitan is always going to be the ones to hold me back from anything that I'm trying to do in my life, because 7 years later, you still thinking about my situation. After y'all said everything would be expunged, and I got my attorney, and obviously my attorney didn't matter. When he told y'all that as long as I get out of that apartment within 3 days, everything will be waived. Yet they still held it over my head, because I had to wait 3 years later to get my apartment, because they didn't listen. But I didn't fight it at the time, because I know, it's too much you can handle. It's only so much you can handle as one person. The fact that I went out there and got me an attorney and everything and fought that, and the fact that they still didn't even do nothing about it, they didn't hold on to their end of the bargain. So at this point, it's just them, they're harassing me, and they're harassing my life at this point. Because like I said, it's so much that they done did, so much that they done took, and then you asking me, and just them being petty. It's pettiness. And now you're harassing my life. Everywhere I go, you're going to say, oh, well, she owe $1,094 for 2 holes in the wall and a writing on my wall. But I'm going to close my mouth about the fact that I stole her washer and dryer and her grill from the backyard. That's over the amount of my asking price, period. Okay. So, yeah. I don't know if I'm going to I'm going to be too pressed on the Section 8. I applied for Section 8, but like I said, with everything going on and how they just treat the situation like it don't matter, it's like I shouldn't even worry about it no more. That's just it, you know. They want to take this hold on my life and keep me in the same place forever because they being petty. It is what it is at this point. So, yeah, that's what I got going on. And, yeah, once you take from me, don't ask me for nothing, period. You took from me and you haven't even replaced what you took from me. And you're asking me to pay an amount that doesn't even amount to what you owe me. Like, they playing dirty. They're playing dirty. And that, you know what? You know, you never get your way with somebody that's playing dirty. They've been playing dirty this whole time. So, yeah. It is what it is. I tried. I got everything I needed, and then they hit me with that. 7 years later, they're holding something on my back. So, it is what it is. But what I say don't matter, and what they take don't matter. So, oh, and there is a Bible verse that kind of relates to what I'm going through, because in the Bible it talks about if you hold on to this world and allow this world to, you know, string you along, they'll always have their way. There's no win-win situation when it comes to a godly person and an ungodly person, basically. A godly person fighting in this world. That's why it mentions that God takes the spirit of those of his righteous, from the situation when it comes to fighting battles that God knows you won't win, because this is the devil's world. The devil is after what the God took from you, and you're out there fighting. But what the devil is trying to get, God already took from you before you went out to fight. So, yeah, that's just a little something to leave you with. I'm out. Bye.